I'm very subjective in making the assumptions that I do. The first thing I know is that men generally make their minds up when it comes to where they're going to shop at point of sale, so that the store, the windows, and the interior all deliver some sort of message that is appealing enough for the customer to walk in. If those things don't work for you, then the customer won't walk in the store. One of the things that really turn men off is if they look in the store and they see a group of salespeople standing together. When they walk in and all eyes are on them, that makes them feel very, very uncomfortable, and the likelihood is I'm just looking and it doesn't amount to much more. But assuming that they don't encounter that type of problem and they walk in the store, usually they will say, I'm just looking. And what we have to teach our associates to do is how to engage in some way that this customer has a regard for them as a professional. Now, a story I'll tell you that illustrates that is that on a Saturday morning at our Bloor store, we were all sitting in chairs having a training session up till 10 o'clock when the store opened. The store opened, and for me that's game day, and I'm focused on the traffic. Others were scurrying around. Somebody had to look for some records on a customer. They were coming in, and everybody was quite busy. In walked a gentleman wearing a nice top coat and a tie, a hat, and had a companion with him. And he walked around the perimeter of the store, and an associate would see him and say, oh, may I help you? And he said, just looking, and walked a bit further, and another associate saw him, oh, can I help you? And after a while, I could see that he was annoyed by this. So he walked around the whole perimeter of the main floor, which is 10,000 feet, and was about to exit on the Bel Air side. And he looked back at the table, sitting there with ties. And I walked over and I picked up the tie, and I said, this is called an ancient matter print. These are vegetable dyes, not chemical dyes. You get this wonderful, dusty quality about it. It gives the tie a suede-like feel. And it's 5 colors. Each one is applied separately. It's got a wonderful quality to it. An hour and a half later, I had $7,000 worth of merchandise on the counter for this customer. So what it took was that I had stepped out of the role of being someone that was going to sell him absolutely anything his eyes lighted on, but that I was a professional, that I knew something about our product, and it seemed to him in the process that I seemed honorable and capable. And so he gave me his trust. Now, he'd have walked out the side door, and whether he'd ever returned to the store or not, I don't know. But what I try to do is to get our associates to understand that whether the customer buys or doesn't buy, when they leave the store, you've really got 2 cash registers. One is the one you enter your purchases, your sales to. The other one is the till where you put your prospects in, okay? All the prospects that you put in there, can you look at each encounter and say that each one of them took away a positive impression of the store? Did they feel, regardless of whether they came in to buy something or wanted something you didn't have, did they leave with some reason to recollect their experience inside the Harry Rosen store? And that's what you have to do. You have to do that. And engaging properly, some of our associates that do this are much, much more productive and have far more clients than other people who don't know how to do this. And it's an effort doing it. And so we got to constantly look for people that have the capacity to do this, the capability of doing this.